and his achievements might encourage you all. He has proven that one idea, one learn, one act of kindness, can surely remodel a life, can remodel a network and a society. His dedication to social mobility and human rights aligns with UC San Diego's undertaking of provider and our subculture of being ranked 6 years in a row as the primary college in the state with the aid of using Washington Monthly for our contributions, on your contributions to public good. All of this makes Professor Muhammad Yunus an appropriate speaker for UC San Diego's first all-campus graduation in 16 years. It additionally makes him an appropriate person to get hold of the UC San Diego Medal. It is the very best honor given with the aid of using the university in reputation of significant accomplishments in life. It has been provided most effective 11 instances because it was first provided in 1987. So Professor Muhammad Yunus, earlier than you impart your phrases of wisdom, it's far my honor to gift you with the UC San Diego Medal. Please be part of me. Thank you for the honor which you gave me right now and additionally for inviting me for this exciting event to meet these kinds of younger human beings right here. Congratulations to all the UC San Diego graduates. And additionally congratulations to the mother and father and the buddies who were attending this memorable event this morning. I got here right here all the manner from Bangladesh, so I must provide you the greetings from the different facet of the planet. So I come almost midway coming right here, and it is really well worth it. You are graduating from UC San Diego. This is a unique privilege. You don't forget how many younger human beings in the arena do not have the threat to visit school, how lots of them can't make it to college, and people who get to college by no means make it to complete it. You're privileged, not most effective. You went to college. You went to UC San Diego, one of the most dominant universities, pinnacle universities inside the world. You simply heard from the chancellor. So this privilege which you have, you need to do not forget, and you need to ask yourself, what use you're going to make of it. That's the essential element. Preparing for lifestyles is one element and the use of that instruction is every other element. So it really is the query I'll be elevating with you, and probably you may be elevating with yourself starting these days to ensuring you make appropriate use of it. My adventure commenced with inside the campus of every other university returned in Bangladesh. In Chittagong University. Bangladesh is a complete of issues as you could imagine, and after I returned after completing my PhD here, it changed into excessive issues inside the country. I felt that I'm a fortunate person, that I'm from Bangladesh. I changed into born in Bangladesh. It has such a lot of issues. If you carry a finger, you could contact masses of issues proper around you, and that is exciting for a younger person. To examine the one's issues and see what I can do approximately it. There are so a lot of them, I can do something positive about it. I surprise if I changed into born in a rustic where there's no hassle, what might show up to me. Every time I reflect on consideration on it, I experience I'll be bored to death. I would not realize what to do with myself. There isn't in it any hassle. So that is how I reacted to it, and I would not look forward to any pre-packaged solutions. I usually attempted to do in my personal way. I examine the hassle, I try and parent out the answer in my personal way. I fail to wait for all people else to assist me. When I notice the hassle in the village, approximately the mortgage sharking, it is a gigantic hassle anywhere inside the region, anywhere inside the world. However, no one regarded to do whatever approximately it, and I see face to face in a village round the corner to the college campus. Suddenly took place to me, I can do something positive about it. Why do not I lend cash myself? If I lend cash, humans do not should visit mortgage sharks, then the hassle is solved. What's the massive deal? So I commenced lending cash out of my personal pocket. It's a totally tiny amount of cash needed, and I noticed how eagerly they have been coming to me to borrow that cash in order that they do not have to visit mortgage shark. That changed into the starting of something which I in no way dreamt of will show up, creating something referred to as microcredit, and commenced lending cash to amplify it. Created a financial institution out of it. It commenced in 1976. We transformed it into a proper financial institution in 1983, and it became a national financial institution. The element that we do became called microcredit, microfinance, and each different U.S.A. wanted to mimic that, Comply with that. Today in Bangladesh, the Grameen Bank, the financial institution that I created, has over 8.5 million debtors, ordinarily girls. 97% of them are girls, destitute girls who be part of Grameen Bank. Natani Loy simplest borrow cash from Grameen Bank. They very own the financial institution itself. They take a seat down with inside the board of the financial institution. They determine the guidelines of the financial institution. So it's a completely strange financial institution in that way. It's a financial institution owned through terrible girls. It's a financial institution that's run through terrible girls as policymakers. Let me take it off. Laughter. It's looking to blow away. It's a financial institution which on the carrier of the terrible girls everywhere. The simple principle that we position proper away. Human beings have to now no longer come to financial institution. Banks have to visit human beings. Still, anywhere the microcredit programs are done, it is the equal principle. They do not have to come to the program. The human beings cross and serve them at their doorstep. So all these 8.5 million debtors in all of the villages of Bangladesh, that's 80,000 villages in Bangladesh, we meet them each week, serve them at their doorstep. People suppose lending tiny, little cash is what is microcredit. That's now no longer true. The complete microcredit is hard the existing banking system. We are nearly contrary of the traditional banking. People inform me. How did you determine the guidelines of the financial institution? How do you design all the things, all of the difficult details? I say it's very simple. Every time we wanted a coverage and wanted rule, we simply study the traditional financial institution, how they do it. Then we do the opposite way. We do the contrary. Laughter. They visit the wealthy, we visit the terrible. They visit men, we visit girls. They cross to the town center, we visit faraway villages. Even today, after 40 years of our work, nevertheless there may be now no longer unmarried department of Grameen Bank. Grameen Bank has 2,600 branches inside the U.S.A. of Bangladesh. Now no longer unmarried department is placed in any town, any township inside the U.S. So all inside the village. We reversed that. Conventional banks ask for collateral. We disregarded that component. We stated, this wall which separates terrible human beings from the banking system, we pulled down that wall. We stated no collateral. We simply do enterprise on the idea of trust. Since there may be no collateral, there may be no criminal document among the lender and the borrower. Since there may be no criminal document, there may be no attorney in our financial institution. The simplest financial institution inside the world. That's attorney-free. Applause. You can stroll and whenever and ask for a loan, supplied you're a terrible person. Only component you have to substantiate very satisfactorily that you're extraordinarily terrible. Again, that is the reverse of the banking system. In the banking system, you need to give an explanation for how wealthy you are, after which they come up with cash. Their rule is, the extra you have, the extra you may get. So we reverse the whole banking system. Today, nearly half the populace of the whole global is deprived from the banking services. We desired to fill that in view that it's now no longer not possible to do that. The complete element commenced due to the fact I attempted to do something in a manner I concept it'll be an answer for the human beings to live away from the mortgage sharks. Now that have become undertaking to the whole banking system, due to the fact maximum of the trouble we created in the sector is due to the fact of the banking system. Take the case of wealth concentration. All the wealth of the sector is focused in few hands. 99% of the wealth of the sector is owned with the aid of using 1% of the populace. If you opposite it, 99% of the populace of the sector very own simplest 1% of the wealth of the sector. That's now no longer a great global. That's the undertaking to you. How do you opposite it? That's what you need to think. Because this isn't always sustainable, every day is turning into worse. So in case you maintain on doing precisely the manner we do it, tomorrow, there will be 99.5% of the sector owned with the aid of using much less than 1% of the populace of the sector. and it's going to get worse day after tomorrow. That's the undertaking we must take and make it the opposite manner. We retain to look for the one solutions. We have to take to observe the issues that the negative human beings face, cash issues, fitness issues, training issues, sanitation issues, you call it. Every time I see a trouble in the village that I paintings in, I try and cope with that trouble with the aid of growing a commercial enterprise. I created a commercial enterprise after commercial enterprise due to the fact there are such a lot of issues, so I maintain on growing groups to resolve the one's trouble. People say, why are you doing that? You ought to be making a variety of cash with the aid of doing this commercial enterprise. I said, I do not make any cash out of those groups. Then why do you run groups? Then my solution is, I experience it. So they cannot parent out. How can one run commercial enterprise without getting cash for himself? And he says he enjoys it. I said, is there any regulation in the US of it that if you make a decision now no longer to make the most of the enterprise, you will be punished for that? I said, there isn't any regulation, so I'm simply taking gain of it. I do not take the profit out of the enterprise. The whole enterprise is devoted to fixing issues. Then I realized, again, I'm hard something else. The complete idea of commercial enterprise itself. There's simplest one idea of commercial enterprise with inside the complete global business to make cash, non-public cash. I said, no, I do not need to make myself cash. I need to resolve issues. It began out calling those types of groups as social groups, and described it through pronouncing it's a non-dividend agency to remedy human problems, and that they maintain to create the one's matters. Gradually, it have become very noticeable. Some massive groups wanted to do commercial enterprise with us. We agreed to do that. Among the numerous matters that I created as a social commercial enterprise, I'll simply deliver one example out of many in Bangladesh. Bangladesh does not have a whole lot of electricity. Villages do not have electricity, they have got simply kerosene lamps, and 22 years back, I thought, why do not we bring sun strength in Bangladesh? I don't have any idea approximately sun strength. All I examine with inside the newspaper, it truly is all. So I talk to human beings who is aware of approximately sun strength. It is not in shape proper in Bangladesh. It is proper for Europe. It is proper for North America, however now no longer for Bangladesh. And I said, why now no longer? So I figured that out. I said, I could make it happen. I created a commercial enterprise, created an agency called Grameen Shakti or Grameen Energy, and it began out promoting sun domestic gadget with inside the villages. In the beginning, it was extraordinarily hard to promote 4 or 5 sun domestic gadget in keeping with month, however we by no means deliver it up. We continued. 20 years later, we were promoting lots sun domestic gadget in keeping with day. It have become a massive commercial enterprise. Applause, a social commercial enterprise. Today, we've got extra than million families in Bangladesh with sun strength. It have become so famous to our agency that different human beings got herein, NGOs got herein, groups got herein, to promote sun domestic gadget. In general today, extra than 4 million houses in Bangladesh are served through sun strength. Simply out of nowhere. So this have become largest off-grid sun gadget with inside the complete world. This is what it come. So it is an idea. You do not need to understand everything. I fail to understand whatever approximately banking, and those inform me. What is the high satisfactory issue that passed off that you can create Grameen Bank? I said, best issue that passed off to me, I by no means took a route in banking. Laughter. I failed to need to analyze whatever approximately it. Since I fail to understand whatever, I should do whatever I want. Sometimes now no longer understanding the information is a blessing. You can discern it out yourself. When you discern it out, it will likely be unique than what's with inside the book. So do not surrender on something which you do not understand. Always take gain of it. Ensure it happens. I cited lots of massive businesses are doing commercial enterprise with us. They are interested in social commercial enterprise. I'll simply deliver one example. We have finished many like with the known, with Veolia, with BSF, McCain of Canada, one from the US. We do the commercial enterprise, joint mission with Intel Corporation. What we've got finished, were very involved. Approximately the maternal demise in Bangladesh. Out of Intel Corporation collaborations, we lay out part of Bangles. The Bangle, which will come up with matters. 1. Offers you the indicators or alarm when the air first class in the residence which you're working is going above a positive level. Because fume hurts the pregnant girls and their baby, so we desired to take a look at due to the fact one of the principal motive of loss of life in Bangladesh is the air first rate within the kitchen, so we need to deal with that. This bangle, this beautiful piece of decoration, in case you examine it, no person will suspect which you are wearing very high-tech decoration to your hand, that offers you alarm bell as quickly as the first rate of the air is going above a positive level, and it offers you a voice message. You get out of the residence, open all of the home windows and doorways till you've got a higher air first rate, and also you come back. Then additionally it offers voice messages. That is the 5th month of your pregnancy. Those are the signs that you may experience. If you experience that way, it is okay. This is normal. Do not fear approximately it. If you've got signs like this, press this button. We'll get in contact with you. This is a communication. This is giving advice to younger girls. We are seeking to make greater and greater into that bangle, in order that no person has to die at childbirth. It's a not unusual placing all around the world. The girls die at childbirth. Due to the fact they do not know this become unstable pregnancy. We are seeking to identify the unstable pregnancies, so we retain to do that. One of the principal troubles that we face, the youngsters of Grameen families, their dad and mom are illiterate. We desired to make certain all the youngsters move to high school, so it have become component of Grameen Bank's application to inspire their dad and mom to ship the youngsters to high school, and we achieved 100% enrollment by the youngsters of Grameen families. Their dad and mom are illiterate. We desired to make certain all the kids move to high school, so it have become a part of Grameen Bank's software to inspire their dad and mom to ship the kids to high school, and we achieved 100% enrollment by the kids of Grameen families. Then they arrived to college. We gave them schooling loans so they can visit the college, in order that they do not have to fear approximately cash. Many went to better schooling, went to get their master's degree, get their PhD. Grameen Bank supplied the support. Then it created a problem. Thousands and hundreds of younger human beings coming out of the faculties and universities with degrees, no jobs. They maintain complaining. Why did we've got schooling? There isn't any task. In the beginning, I didn't recognize a way to reply to that. Then I discovered what to say. Then I challenged them. I said, who asked you to have a task? They could not answer that question. Did your EE book let you know that you need to have a task? Did your instructor inform you to have a task? I informed them. Always remember, task is an incorrect idea. Don't ever search for a task. Continually inform yourself that I'm a task creator. I'm now no longer a task seeker. I'm a task creator. So be a task creator. This is an essential thing that remained with me. I trust that humans are born as entrepreneurs. We are told, go the incorrect direction. Look for jobs. I said humans are packed with limitless innovative capacity. If you're taking a task, maximum of the cases, this is the cease of your creativity. Even in case you are allowed a part of your creativity for use for your task, more often than not in promoting a few insignificant things, this is approximately the creativity you may use. Otherwise, it is a repetitive process. An individual became complete of energy, complete of innovative capacity. Taking a task, sacrificing the totality of this creativity, and relaxation of the life, staying in a little nook of innovative life. I said, do not ever dream of that. Be an innovative person. Turn out to be an entrepreneur. In order to make it happen, what we did became to create a social enterprise fund and ask each younger person include an enterprise idea. Once you return back up with the enterprise idea, we put money into your enterprise. We turn out to be your partner. We make investments, all of the cash that you want, and it is a joint assignment among you and us. Make it successful. Return the cash we gave you. We are a social enterprise. We aren't interested for your profit. We are a problem-solving enterprise, so we resolve your problem. We placed you inside the orbit. You move any place you want to move. They love it. Initially we started with hundreds, Now we've got hundreds of them coming with enterprise ideas. Hopefully, they will be a couple of sub-hundreds very quickly, and each month past that everybody turns themselves into entrepreneurs. Even they have been arguing that, well, a number of us may now no longer be entrepreneurs. I stated, look, that's now no longer true. Look at your mother. Your mother is a Grameen Bank borrower. She commenced with the tiny loan, $30, $50, and he or she grew to become herself into an entrepreneur. If hundreds of thousands of those girls, illiterate girls, can emerge as an entrepreneur, what right is your training? If you are looking for jobs after which take a seat down idle, say I'm unemployed. No human being need to continue to be unemployed. So one of the thing, unemployment is a definitely synthetic concept created by way of means of our incorrect thinking. Whilst we got here to this planet, we are now no longer sitting round in the caves announcing that we're unemployed. We're now no longer sending process utility from cave-wide variety 5 to cave-wide variety 10. Do you've got a process? We are herbal entrepreneurs. We are go-getters. We are trouble solvers. Our training machine made us neglect about that, made us into tiny little process seekers. Unless we pop out of this, find out ourself, this is a chance you have got. Find out yourself. Be any individual which you need to be. Find out who you are, what you need to do, what's the cause of your lifestyles. Without defining your cause of lifestyles, everything turns into immaterial. It would not have any direction. So what I do, I position my cause of lifestyles or my destination of lifestyles in 3 zeros. 0, wide variety 1, 0 poverty with inside the international. This is what I paintings for normal in order that we can create a international. We can create a international in which there is now no longer unmarried person everywhere with inside the international who will continue to be a terrible person. Then I say we create poverty museums in order that subsequent technology will go to the poverty museums to discover what poverty was once like. That's a goal. It's an attainable goal. There's not anything incorrect with the human being. Only the machine positioned us within inside the incorrect direction. So we have to undo that machine which pushes us into the incorrect direction. We ought to restore the economic machine. We ought to restore the training machine so that we find out ourselves, our worth. We unharness our energy, unharness our innovative capacity, as opposed to emerge as job seekers. The training machine need to now no longer quit with the process utility. The educational machine might quit with the advantage thoughts about growing a brand new international. 0 wide variety 2, for me, 0 unemployment with inside the international. Again, I stated there isn't any motive why all and sundry everywhere with inside the international need to be unemployed, why all and sundry with inside the international need to be on welfare, why all and sundry with inside the international need to simply be homeless. There's no motive whatsoever. The equal human exceptional exist in each unmarried human being. Third, 0 is 0 internet carbon emission. We ought to do it. We will do it. Finally, the non-believers are coming to emerge as believers. We had a signed settlement in Paris and we made certain we make it manifest very fast. It may be done. When we positioned all this together, 3 zeros implemented, all the zeros are accomplished. We lay down the foundation of every other world. We create new civilization for us. The vintage civilization that we're going through isn't something that takes us out of the troubles that were given due to the fact our wondering is wrong. Our formulations are wrong, so we should reformulate. We should create a new civilization that is popping out of the civilization that is primarily based totally on non-public selfishness. The civilization primarily based totally on greed. We should get out of that selfishness and get out of that greed and create a civilization primarily based totally on human values. That's the challenge which you have, and we will make it together. That's the challenge. We take it, and that is what is worthwhile going to UC San Diego and make it happen. Thank you very much. Thank you.